There is one haircut so many women over 60 walk out of the salon with, convinced it makes them look fresh and put together, when in reality, it is quietly adding years to their appearance. And the frustrating part? Most stylists will never tell you. They will trim it, style it, hand you a mirror, and let you believe it is the right choice because it is easy, safe, and familiar. Today, I am going to show you exactly which cuts are doing this to you, why they work against your features after 60, and which 3 haircuts instead soften your face, lift your whole look, and genuinely take years off without changing who you are. By the end of this video, you will know precisely which 3 haircuts tend to work beautifully for women over 60, why they work, and the 3 you will want to think twice about before booking. I will also share a few things almost nobody mentions about how hair changes after 60: texture, density, even the way light hits your face differently than it did decades ago, and how understanding that changes everything about which cut is right for you. Before we begin, if you enjoy practical beauty and fashion advice created especially for women over 60, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Let's start with the haircuts I would gently steer you away from, not because they are wrong for everyone, but because they tend to work against most women over 60, even though they remain incredibly popular. The number 1 might surprise you. It is the long, straight, one-length haircut past the shoulders with little to no layers. I know many of you love your long hair, and there is nothing wrong with keeping it long if that is truly what makes you feel like yourself. But here is what nobody explains. As we age, hair naturally loses some of its density and bounce, and gravity becomes a much more honest friend than it used to be. When hair is left long and completely blunt, all that weight pulls everything downward, including the appearance of your face. It can flatten your natural volume at the crown, and drag the eye downward instead of framing your features. I think of a woman I once heard from in this community, who kept her hair long for decades because it was simply what she knew. When she finally added soft layers around her face, she said friends kept asking if she had done something to her skin. She had not. She had simply let her hair lift instead of weighing her down. The fix is not necessarily to cut it all off. It is to introduce movement. Soft layers, subtle face framing pieces, anything that breaks up that heavy curtain effect, can let long hair stay long while still lifting your whole appearance. The number 2 cut to reconsider is the severe, blunt bob cut exactly at the jawline, especially without any texture or softness. On paper it sounds classic and polished, and for some face shapes at some ages it truly is stunning. But after 60, skin naturally loses a bit of firmness along the jaw and neck, which is simply part of being human and nothing to feel self-conscious about. A hard, straight line sitting right at that exact spot can unintentionally draw attention to that area rather than away from it. A small adjustment, like ending the cut slightly above or below the jawline, or softening the ends with light layering, keeps that same chic bob energy while working with your face instead of against it. If you have a rounder face shape, ending the bob just below the jaw tends to elongate things beautifully. If your face is longer or more angular, a bob that hits right at or slightly above the jaw with soft ends can add width in exactly the right place. The number 3 haircut worth a second thought is very short, extremely cropped pixie cuts with no length left anywhere, particularly styles that are shaved close on the sides. Now please hear me clearly, short hair is not the problem. Some of the most radiant, confident women I know over 60 wear beautifully short hair. The issue is specifically when a cut is so tight and close that there is nothing left to soften the transition between hair and face. Without any length or texture near the temples and cheekbones, the eye goes straight to every line and contours with nothing gentle to ease into. A pixie with even a small amount of length on top, or soft, textured pieces near the face, gives you all the freedom and lightness of short hair, while still framing your features kindly. Now, here is where it gets exciting because the 3 haircuts that tend to work beautifully after 60 are not complicated, expensive, or high maintenance. They simply work with your face, not against it. The number 1 is the layered lob, often called the long bob, landing somewhere between the chin and the shoulders. This length is almost magical for women over 60 because it sits in the exact zone that draws the eye upward and outward, creating the illusion of lift, while still leaving enough length for softness and movement. Add a few subtle layers throughout, and you get volume exactly where you want it most, right around the face without losing that easy, elegant shape. This cut tends to be especially flattering on square or oval face shapes, since the layers soften strong jawlines beautifully, though a good stylist can adjust the layering placement to suit rounder or heart-shaped faces too. A light mousse worked through damp roots, followed by a gentle blow dry with a round brush, is usually all it takes to keep this shape looking full and intentional without much daily effort. The number 2 is a soft, textured pixie or short crop with longer pieces left at the crown and around the face. This is different from the overly severe pixie we talked about earlier. Here the goal is gentle movement. A little length on top that can be styled up or swept to the side instantly creates the appearance of lift and openness in the face. Many women describe this cut as the one that made people start asking what they were doing differently, even though the answer was simply a smarter haircut. This style tends to suit oval and heart-shaped faces particularly well, since the height at the crown balances a narrower chin, though textured, longer pieces at the temples can soften a rounder face just as easily. A small amount of texturizing paste, worked in with fingertips rather than a comb, keeps this cut looking effortless rather than overly styled. The number 3 is a shoulder-length cut with face framing layers, sometimes called a modern shag when it includes a bit more texture throughout. This style keeps length for versatility, whether you want to wear it down, half up, or in a low ponytail, while the layers around the face catch light and movement in a way that feels effortless rather than overdone. It is particularly wonderful for anyone who wants one haircut that can look polished for a lunch with friends, and just as beautiful for a family dinner, without needing much styling in between. This length works across nearly every face shape, which is part of why it has become such a favorite, though the placement of the shortest face framing layer, right at the cheekbone versus closer to the chin, is where a skilled stylist truly earns their reputation. Before we move into how to actually talk to your stylist about these cuts, and a few insider phrases that help you get exactly what you want, I want to pause for a moment. If you have been enjoying this video so far, take 2 seconds to hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more women who are searching for exactly this kind of advice, and it costs you nothing but a click. If you are new here, consider subscribing because we release new videos on fashion, beauty, and confidence for women over 60 every single week, and I would love to have you stick around. Now, let us talk about something almost nobody mentions when discussing haircuts after 60, which is how to actually communicate with your stylist so you walk out with what we just described, rather than what they assume you want. A wonderful trick is to bring 1 or 2 photos, not of a celebrity you want to become, but simply of the shape and length you are drawn to. Stylists are visual professionals, and a photo says in one glance what paragraphs of description sometimes fail to capture. Another small but powerful phrase to use is asking for layers that begin at the cheekbone rather than layers in general, since that specific placement is what creates that lifting, softening effect we talked about earlier. And if you are ever unsure, simply asking your stylist to cut a little longer than you think you want is a smart safety net, because hair can always be trimmed shorter at your next visit, but it cannot be added back overnight. One more thing worth mentioning, because it changes everything about how any of these 3 haircuts will look on you, is texture and density awareness. If your hair has become finer over the years, cuts with too many thin, choppy layers can sometimes make it look sparse rather than voluminous. In that case, fewer, more strategically placed layers, combined with a good volumizing product at the roots, will serve you far better than heavy layering throughout. A lightweight root lifting spray, applied to damp hair before blow drying, can make a genuine difference here. If your hair is still thick and full, you have wonderful freedom to embrace more texture and movement without worrying about it falling flat, and a texturizing spray or light sea salt spray can enhance that natural body beautifully. I also want to gently address something many of you have written to me about, which is the fear of committing to a big change. I understand that completely. Hair feels personal, almost like a piece of your identity, and change can feel vulnerable at any age. But here is something beautiful I have noticed after speaking with so many women in this community. The haircut itself is never really what transforms someone. It is the moment they look in the mirror and think, there I am, more like myself than I have felt in years. That feeling is available to you regardless of length, regardless of the cut you eventually choose, as long as it is chosen thoughtfully, with your features and your lifestyle in mind, rather than out of habit or fear. So here is the final takeaway I want you to walk away with today. Great hair after 60 is never really about chasing youth or trying to erase the years you have lived. It is about choosing a shape that lets your natural beauty come forward, that catches the light in flattering ways, and that makes getting ready each morning feel simple rather than stressful. Whether you choose the layered lob, the softened pixie, or the shoulder-length shag we talked about, the goal is the same: to feel elegant, confident, and completely unmistakably yourself. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this video helped you see your hair or your next haircut a little differently, please give it a like, leave a comment telling me which of these 3 cuts you are most excited to try, and subscribe if you have not already so you never miss a new video from Ageless Fashion. And if you know a friend, a sister, or your own mother who could use this advice, please share this with her. She deserves to feel this confident too. I will see you in the next video.